Hi. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? So today we're going to be looking at ICE. ICE attempted to go into the Dodger Stadium here in Los Angeles, California, and they were met with heavy resistance. I can't believe it. As anti-immigration and custom enforcement protests continues in Los Angeles, dozens of federal agents were seen near Dodger Stadium on Thursday, but were denied entry to the famed ballpark, according to the Major League Baseball team. The agents were seen dressed in tactical gears and gathered on the street that leads into the stadium. You see. So we got a picture right here, downtown gate. Now the Dodger Stadium, that's a mountain. That's just a stadium on the top of the mountain, and it's humongous. And the officials in Los Angeles Dodgers social media account took to X on Thursday, saying that the agents, which they identified as ICE officials, were not allowed to enter the stadium ground because it's private property. But they use federal dollars. Therefore, they need to open the gates, because if you use federal dollars, then that's interstate and state. You need to follow the federal law. So something's going to happen with them. Let's see what happens.
ICE agents were stationed just outside of Dodger Stadium, and we now know the Dodgers team denied access to these agents who were trying to get inside. We're going to take you now to our partners at CBS News Los Angeles for more.
All right, so my producer just told me, and I'm trying to see over this group of protesters, it looks like the LAPD is still here, but that those ICE agents, the feds, actually left out of a different gate here at Dodger Stadium. They were going to come right through this crowd, and the police were trying to have the folks here move off to the side, but they kind of held their ground. So again, it looks like those agents, at least the few trucks I saw parked here, left out of a different gate. We're not sure how many remain. We saw from...
Look. Hold on, look.
Left out of a different gate.
Look. Oh, get out.
We're not sure how many remain.
Oh,
we saw from SkyCal some of the vans and the truck.
Hold up.
So again, it looks like those agents, at least the few trucks I saw parked here, left.
Okay, this guy, look at this. This guy's Hispanic. He's an anchor baby. You got Hispanics getting Hispanics. I'm always saying. Then we just seen Arab walk through with the stuff on her hair.
Here, move off to the side, but they kind of held their ground. So again, it looks like those agents, at least the few trucks I saw parked here.
I have that one too, right here. So
left out of a different gate. We're not sure how many remain. We saw from SkyCal some of the vans and the trucks that have been parked here. But again, this really just taking off in the last few hours, and this ICE crackdown coming as part of President Donald Trump's push to be tougher on immigration. So we're staying back just in case there are some cuss words or foul language being used. We haven't seen too much of that. It's remained pretty...
Okay, so this is what they were talking about, it being staged. These people were called up there maybe, and they knew that ICE was going to be in that area, and they're supposed to cause havoc. And this is where the Marines come in, because when this gets to Trump's going to be like, oh yeah, and then he's going to send in the Marines. Now, this is staged on the Democratic side to prevent ICE from getting the illegal immigrants and the felons, so the criminals. So this is what I see, because it looks staged right here. Nobody's matching. We got Caucasian dudes here. These people don't look Hispanic.
Peaceful here as they're just continuing to chant and make their voices heard, and those Dodger fans out.
No Dodger uniforms. You see no Dodgers, no LA Dodger, no gear saying LA Dodger. So these are staged people here. As you can see, you know, you can just tell by the demographic. Look, they have their over here they have their mask on and they're standing in the corner. Let's rewind this back a little bit.
We haven't seen too much of that. It's remained pretty peaceful here. As
you came to Dodger Stadium prepared. How did you know they were going to be there? How did you know they were going to be there? You already came with an fire ice sign. See, this is staged.
They're just continuing to chant and make their voices heard, and those Dodger fans out here saying that they will not be going to the game. They want to be watching from afar, just to make that stance, kind of boycott the Dodgers until they hear something, until they see something done. They say, live here at Dodger Stadium, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.
Now, you were just watching our coverage from CBS News Los Angeles, our partners there. Now, a statement from the Dodgers released just moments ago. Quote, this morning, ICE agents came to Dodger Stadium and requested permission to access the parking lots. They were denied entry to the grounds by the organization. Tonight's game will be played as scheduled. Let's get right to CBS News correspondent Nydia Cavazos, who is on the ground outside the stadium right now. Nydia, what's happening there now?
Liz, as you mentioned, the Dodgers issued the statement saying ICE agents were here this morning trying to get access to the stadium's parking lot, but they were denied entry. And as a result of the situation, protesters were here to denounce ICE's presence this morning and the overall ongoing immigration activity. But we're just now hearing from DHS as well, and they're saying that the CBP vehicles that were here this morning were unrelated to any ongoing enforcement activity, and they were here this morning, but it had nothing to do with the Dodgers. This is what we're hearing from DHS, two different versions that we have here. But what we do know is that protesters for now have left this area. The local police department was called to help with the crowd, but as for now, they've gone away and the game is still scheduled to occur this afternoon. Now, this comes at a time when many are pressuring the Dodgers team to come out and speak out in favor of the immigrant community, Latino community, as this is what makes up their fan base here in LA. Now, we also know that this was a very busy morning for federal agents. We've seen multiple sightings of ICE across social media, including at a Home Depot parking lot, outside a Costco store. And all of this comes as the Trump administration has said that they're ramping up their deportation efforts in cities like LA, Chicago, and New York as well that are considered to be sanctuary cities.
As you mentioned, Nydia, I mean, up to 40% of the Dodger fan base is of Latino descent. So these ICE raids are having a huge impact on the Dodger community as a whole. Now, the game against the Padres, as they said, is going to start. It's going to go on as scheduled. It doesn't happen for the next few hours or so. But have we heard from anybody who's attending the game today? Are they frightened?
We've been hearing this not just for the Dodgers games, but overall games that have been occurring here in stadiums in downtown LA. Many of them are choosing to stay home and staying home overall because if they don't have to be out and about, they say that they don't want to necessarily be stuck in between these ICE raids. And we've heard from many families, including many Latino families, who have said that they're choosing to stay at home. They're alternating
Let's look at TikTok.
Guess we should move on to the Jurassic Trailblazer test. What test? Some guys. I don't think he's going to survive, but we're getting great Jurassic World Rebirth. Holy leaders.
A dramatic scene at a Home Depot in Los Angeles today.
Took forever.
Federal agents in tactical gear detaining several people. Well, over at Dodger Stadium, more federal agents were gathering. According to the team, they showed up this morning and asked to enter the parking lots. The Dodgers say they turned the agents away. A small group showing up to protest.
Showing up.
Here at Gate E at
to
Dodger
protest.
Stadium, where reportedly these agents tried to get in, but they couldn't get into the gates, and you can tell people are angry.
It's not clear why the agents were at the stadium. Homeland Security later posting this had nothing to do with the Dodgers, adding Customs and Border Protection was at the parking lot very briefly, and it was unrelated to any operation. Enforcement operations are continuing daily across Los Angeles.
President Trump has directed all of our ICE officers to do everything in their power to carry out the single largest mass deportation operation in history.
Some Dodger fans say they're frustrated the team hasn't done more to support immigrant communities.
Dodgers, they thrive off the fan base that is Latino, off the workers that are Latino. They're not a detriment to our city or community. They are a benefit.
Over the weekend, Dominican-American singer Neza sparking controversy after she sang the national anthem at the stadium in Spanish, after the team asked her to perform in English. Some criticizing the move, others celebrating it.
80% of the people here are Latino. I'm going to do this for them, regardless of what the consequences may be.
The Dodgers say they will announce a plan to assist immigrant communities, and tonight's game against the Padres will go on as planned. Jacob Soborov, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Please leave now.
A dramatic scene at a Home Depot in Los Angeles today.
You're not doing it here.
Federal agents.
Oh, sure, there's more.
Hey, this is Gate E at Dodger Stadium, and what you're looking at right now is members of the community and obviously members of the media protesting the presence right here of what appear to be federal agents that are doing some sort of staging in the area. This comes after there was reports of a series of different enforcement actions in and around the LA area this morning, including at a Home Depot in Hollywood. Community members continue to mobilize when they hear these reports and show up to them, which is exactly what you're seeing right now. So they're the agents.
We're out here. We're standing up. We're not going to let that keep on going and keep happening. So we're going to fortify this area. We're going to shut down Dodger Stadium if we have to. You go back to Oklahoma, Kentucky, whatever the you're from. If you're not from Los Angeles, you're not from California, you're not from here. This is a
Wow.
That's great, you fascist pig. There's way more of us than there is of you. Know that. There's more of us than there is of you, you little
Wow.
So this is an ongoing and developing situation here at Dodger Stadium.
It's only 4 feet.
Hey, this is Gate E at Dodger Stadium, and what you're looking at right now is members of the community and obviously members of the media protesting the presence right here of what appear to be federal
They're
agents that are
doing
doing some
that.
sort of staging in the area. This comes.
They're doing that because they got the Democratic support. They got Democratic support. LAPD was supposed to escort them in and out, but they said they were done already. Oh, he said that. Like, wow, it's on. It's on. ICE is gonna. This is, but the stuff is that they said they weren't trying to get in.
All right, so my producer just
They
told
already-
me, and I'm
they
trying
already
to
got
see
in.
over this group of protesters. It looks like the LAPD is still here, but that those ICE agents, the feds, actually left out of a different gate here at Dodger Stadium. They were going to come right through this crowd, and the police were trying to have the folks here move off to the side, but they kind of held their ground. So again, it looks like those agents, at least the few trucks I saw parked here, left out of a different gate. We're not sure how many remain. We saw from SkyCal some of the vans and the trucks that have been parked here. But again, this really just taking off in the last few hours, and this ICE crackdown coming as part of President Donald Trump's push to be tougher on immigration. So we're staying back just in case there are some cuss words or foul language being used. We haven't seen too much of that. It's remained pretty peaceful here as they're just continuing to chant and make their voices heard. And those Dodger fans out here saying that they will not be going to the game. They want to be watching from afar just to
News published by Doug Padilla and Olga R. Rodriguez. Updated 8:31 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, June 19, 2025. Los Angeles AP. The Los Angeles Dodgers organization said Thursday that it asked federal immigration agents to leave the Dodger Stadium grounds after they arrived at a parking lot near one of the gates.
They were
Dozens
done
of federal
already.
agents
They
with
were,
their faces covered
they were already
arrived
done.
in SUVs and cargo vans to a lot near the stadium's gate entrance.
Searching at the parking
Protesters
lot.
carrying signs against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement started amassing shortly after, local media reported. This morning, ICE agents came to Dodger Stadium and requested permission to access the parking lots. They were denied entry to the grounds by the organization, the team said in a statement posted on X.
They're looking for a
U.S.
mafia.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement posted on X that its agents were never there. Tricia McLaughlin, a spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security, said the agents were with Customs and Border Protection and that they were not trying to enter the stadium. This had nothing to do with the Dodgers.
Because if they see something, they question somebody, then it goes
A crowd
to a different
briefly
level.
protested outside Dodger Stadium this morning after images of unmarked vans at an entrance circulated online. I am Julia Paskin, host of All Things Considered on LAist. The LA Dodgers said they denied federal immigration agents entry to the stadium grounds by
You know, LA department is not helping out at all.
Today, but don't tell that to ICE. The agents, they were busy making arrests this morning. Some of those detainees telling us
Tense scene outside Dodger Stadium in LA. Dozens of federal officers in masks and tactical gear positioned right outside the gates. The LA Dodgers tonight saying they deny the officers entry. Trevor Roll is there for us.
Tonight, tense scenes at Dodger Stadium. Dozens of federal officers in masks and tactical gear seen right outside the gates, protesters quickly gathering as well. The LAPD called to the scene. The Dodgers saying in a statement those agents requested permission to access the parking lots. They were denied entry to the grounds by the organization. But DHS responded, saying this had nothing to do with the Dodgers. Customs and Border Protection vehicles were in the stadium parking lot very briefly, unrelated to any operation or enforcement. It follows days of heated clashes between law enforcement and protesters, with President Trump sending in hundreds of Marines. ICE continuing to ramp up operations across Los Angeles County. This video today showing an agent chasing a man down near a Home Depot, detaining him. And agents also raiding this car wash in Glendale, as the administration vows they will increase deportations undeterred by protests.
David, the Dodgers have drawn criticism for remaining silent during these escalating ICE raids, but the organization is reportedly planning to announce initiatives supporting impacted immigrant communities.
David, all right, Trevor Roll on this for us tonight. Trevor, thank you. Tense scene outside Dodger Stadium in LA. Dozens of federal officers in masks and tactical gear positioned right outside the gates. The LA Dodgers tonight saying they deny the officers entry. Trevor Roll is
Hey, happy birthday! Tonight, tense scenes at Dodger Stadium. Dozens of federal officers in masks and tactical gear seen right outside the gates, protesters quickly gathering as well. The The LAPD called to the scene. The Dodgers saying in a statement those agents requested permission to access the parking lots. They were denied entry to the grounds by the organization. But DHS responding, saying this had...
Yeah, what the hell? I don't know what's playing. It says that according to the U.S. Census Bureau, foreign-born workers made up less than 19% of employed workers in the United States in 2023, but they accounted for nearly 24% of jobs prepared and serving food and 38% of jobs in farming, fishing, and forestry. So, I believe the numbers are higher, very high, because now, is that for the U.S.? Yeah, because now 2023. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's kind of right, but we see here that that it's getting crazy out here, and I know ICE will return.
Escorted on the other side. Want to take you right up to Sky 5, keeping an eye on those federal immigration agents leaving Dodgers Stadium here. At this point, we know they've been here for several hours. This group here, where we're located, told them to get out of the area. We are hearing reports, according to the LA Times and people here on the ground, that these agents reportedly attempted to enter the stadium property, but were told they could not stay here, which, while this parking lot is adjacent to Dodger Stadium, it is owned by the team's former owner, billionaire Frank McCourt. Again, those ICE agents now being told that they cannot be here. Back out here live on the ground, we can tell you that this group here, they say they want these agents gone. This is not a place for immigration enforcement to be taking place. We do want to apologize for any signs or language that you may see as this event is unfolding live for us today. Also want to take you to our next piece of video. As we were live at the corner of Ben Scully and Stadium Way, speaking to a street muralist covering up Dodgers logos, we saw several unmarked SUVs and what's believed to be federal vehicles, some with masked agents inside, arriving here at the stadium parking lot entrance. Similar images were quickly spread on social media, fueling speculation and concern. But let's tell you how this all began. Of course, federal immigration raids began nearly 2 weeks ago, many just miles from Dodger Stadium here, while other local teams like LAFC quickly issued statements. The Dodgers stayed silent until now, sparking frustration among fans and immigrant advocacy groups. Now the team is expected to break that silence later today with a new initiative to support these impacted communities. That announcement follows a press conference yesterday where community members called on the Dodgers to act immediately. We can also tell you that emotions are mixed from fans. Some say the team should avoid getting involved in politics, while others say this movement calls for a statement. We can tell you the Dodgers utility man, Kike Hernandez, spoke out on social media over the weekend, saying that he was saddened and infuriated by what's been happening and that all people deserve to be treated with dignity. That muralist who we told you about earlier, now repainting utility boxes outside the stadium, covering Dodgers logos with new images he says reflects the hurt in this community. We spoke to a representative from Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas' office about the reported immigration enforcement activity happening right here at Dodger Stadium. Here's what she had to say.
And we went back up there, spoke to them. They said it was Department of Homeland Security, and that they were here, and we didn't want to answer any more questions. We're just here trying to document as much as we can.
Wait a minute. How are you just gonna come up and start spraying?
Enforcement activity happening right here at Dodger Stadium.
Isn't this illegal? I thought spraying like this is illegal. I thought this is illegal. And this guy's out here doing this stuff. And yeah, I don't care though, but I thought this was illegal. I didn't know it was legal now. it's just, wow. They come in illegally, speaking illegally, driving illegally, doing illegally.
To say.
And we went back up there, spoke to them. They said it was Department of Homeland Security, and that they were here, and we didn't want to answer any more questions. We're just here trying to document as much as we can. I spoke to...
Trump needs to sit down with the corporations and be like, you guys started this mess, we need to clean it up. Because if the corporations are not helping out, then we're not going to get nowhere. Sure. I mean, they're not going to get nowhere, you know, with their objective.
City Council won earlier, and they said that they had contacted LAPD, who then contacted the head of security at Dodger Stadium, saying that they were not allowed to be here, that they asked them to leave, hence why they were probably gone by the time I got here. But there are still agents up there, so we're trying.
Wait, hold up. So they got so like I said, they received a call to come up there while ICE was up there to hold ICE back. So now the FBI and the FDA need to go back and find out who these people are, who called them, what organization are they part of, and go from there. Because this is going to happen all the time.
Trying to figure out why they're still here when they were asked to go.
Why were they still
The
here?
push for action hit a turning point on Saturday night when singer Neza performed the national anthem in Spanish after she says a team employee reportedly asked her not to. Her decision sparking national attention and some support online. The Dodgers later clarifying that there were no hard feelings and have since invited Neza back to perform at a game. Here's what she had to say about that.
Wow.
I fully intend to be booed. And I think I was just trying to shut it out just in case. And when I opened my eyes and heard the roar and saw everyone standing and cheering, and it was so overwhelming because in that moment I knew that I had done the right thing.
And back out here live at entrance E here, we can tell you these LAPD officers just making sure that this crowd stays back and does not enter onto the property. As for that announcement, no timetable right now as for when the Dodgers will be releasing that information about how they plan on helping these impacted communities. Of course, we'll bring that to you as soon as that comes down.
What kind of hairdo is this? What's going on up here?
We can also tell you there is a game tonight against the Padres that happens here at 7 o'clock. That is the latest for now. Here live from Dodger Stadium. I'm Omar Lewis. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Omar Lewis. He's Hispanic. He's black. What is he? Oh, he's trying to be. He's fruity. Okay. Oh my, yeah. Just want to see who he was. Oh, so guys, that's it today. I mean, it went down right there at Dodger Stadium. Even though ICE got what they wanted in the parking lot, they were met with this resistance. So we see the formation from the Democratic Party and the Hispanic community. And these people, if you look at them, they're not Hispanic. They're white. They're Caucasian. you know. And they're just standing there and they're telling them cheer with the police over there. They're really protecting the protesters, not ICE. So that's what we saw. But they're gonna go back to the drawing board and basically say, hey coach, this is what we got going on. It's getting hostile out there. They're calling organizers over here to protest and block us from taking care of our objective. That's what's going to go on. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming by. Like, share, subscribe. We're going to start having call in and show some support. Like and share, please. Have a good day.